Man, it's been a while.
Yeah. So I didn't quite plan on it happening this way, but the thought always was, it's just special what we just did, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody back to Mirror Music.
What's up?
Andrew and I are recording something live together again, which is dope. But
Yeah.
what's even doper than that to me, and I mean this, and it's literally been on my mind, like, has we been leading up to it for weeks now? You're lucky in life. I don't believe in luck. You're fortunate in life if you're able to have lifelong friends,
Yeah, man.
which I consider us to be. We've literally known each other since we were about 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, man.
And we're in our 40s now.
Yeah. Just in case you can't tell.
Yeah, just in case you didn't notice. But when I look at it, and it's like, when I think about the fact that we ran our high school newspaper together,
Mm-hmm.
I can remember reaching out to you when I was creative consultant for a book about you being the editor,
Mm-hmm.
for our loves of all types of music. And to be able to do this show, all of those things are special things. And not many people get to say those things. But the fact that we're actually about to start getting paid for it as of today, Andrew,
Yeah.
for how long we've known each other, and for how really organic and true and sincere our friendship and our bond really is, there is nothing that feels better than getting some fucking money with one of your lifelong friends. I
Yeah.
don't care what it,
Yeah.
like, the feel that I feel about us when you sent me that text this morning that said, like, Mirror Music is officially able to monetize on YouTube. That did something for me that it's just like, there's nothing or nobody else that can do that because of the things that we've built in life together, like our friendship, the mirror, which was our high school newspaper, which this podcast is named after. It's like, no, this is rare, this is beautiful. And not to be funny, the fact that you're white and I'm black on top of it, you cannot write this
More
shit.
rare. Yeah.
Extremely rare. So those have been my thoughts for the last couple of weeks, just waiting to this day. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like this is we've been just independent of that bigger story, like this specific thing, this YouTube channel has been 2 years now, right? I think it's 2 years. We're pretty close to it. I think we did our first one like around New Year's, like a year
Yeah.
and almost a year.
Yes.
It does feel good. It feels good to be like the place, and we've worked hard at this. Like,
No, we've thought about, what we were going to do when we got here. And now it's time for us to, like, work out the next phase.
mm-hmm.
We're here now, like, legitimately and sincerely here. So here's to you, brother. And here's to us.
Here's to
Here's
you.
to our development. Here's the West Charlotte Stand Up, Lion Pride, the Mirror,
Yep.
high school newspaper, where all of this started, and our bond and our friendship and understanding of each other formed. It's like, no, like, I feel blessed and fortunate to be sitting here in the basement of my house talking to you about the
And I'm
things that
sitting.
we
I've got blurred out here. I'm sitting in the closet in my bedroom. So, like, yeah, it's. But we're making it work, man. We're making it do.
yeah,
Like,
no, we are, and we're blessed and fortunate too. And I think we're actually covering an artist and a group today that encompass the teenage time around which we met, correct?
it is. It's exactly that. These, I mean, their apexes were 94, 95, 90, like 96, like that, which is right before we met. But yeah, these are the things that we will be bringing with us to that. This is an
Yeah.
episode comparing or talking about Tupac's "My Block," right? And that's the song that we're doing.
Yeah.
And Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Now that song comes from later. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
major later, but it's not during that time.
Just the bands.
But it's the
The
band.
bands are from our teenage years.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, these are songs about loneliness and isolation and community. I mean, all those things that the teenage us is dealt with as well, right?
So I knew we were going to hit this threshold this week, so I didn't finish my cigar because I needed a little victory cigar from him.
All right, man. It's
Literally been.
a celebration. It's a celebration.
I want to start with Boulevard of Broken Dreams, actually, because I think
All right.
it's the bigger record.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of the times um, we tend to start off more with the hip hop song and do the analysis and the comparison. But
Hmm.
I think because of, um, how about this? There aren't too many people that writing wise will write something like Boulevard of Broken Dreams. And I'm like, no, you can let them go before Tupac. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big statement. Like this is like I've gone through both of them. Like I was not familiar with this particular Tupac song before we started discussing like, behind the scenes that you want to do this comparison, and like that is obviously a much more lyrically dense song than the Green Day song is. Um, so yeah, like I don't know. I know you love Green Day. Like that's one of your I don't to use the phrase, but the white people bands. I mean, that's one of your favorite. It's one of your
Rock,
favorite.
rock alternative bands, yes. I mean, actually, when I think about it, they were just like one of my favorite bands. Period.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, because like here's what I mean when I say that. It's like, remember when you went on the Isley Brothers kick? I'm pretty certain the Isley Brothers are one of your favorite bands now, aren't they?
Isley Brothers are great, man. Yeah,
What I'm saying. So is Green Day.
yeah.
I don't think they're the Isley Brothers, in my opinion, but
No,
they're fucking
nobody's the Isley Brothers. That's a whole different. That's a whole different thing, man. It's a whole different thing. Um, but no, Green Day is one of those bands. It's a rare band that has reinvented themselves and still kept pretty true to who they are. And they came up through the punk scene and Oakland, Berkeley, whatever. But um, I mean, they were thrown out of that scene when they signed a major record label deal, and that's not the point of this episode. But like, it's the idea that they were true to themselves, not as punk band, but as musicians. Like, and they were there. Many people said that one of the most punk things you can do, counterculture things you can do, is make the songs you want to make, right? And even if they're not like three chords and a hook, right? That's not. They're much more. And they started saying that actually during our senior year of high school, where um, our high school was much cooler, and our class theme song was 1999 by Prince, as you know it should be for the graduation class of 1999. But I remember almost everybody else that year had the "Time of Your Life" song, Green Day song, um,
Mhm.
as their class song, which was written not intended to be a graduation song, but fits that theme perfectly, right? But it's like a fucking acoustic guitar song by a punk band, and everybody's like, "What the hell is this? Oh, this is a good song. Never mind." And I think Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and which is one we're going to discuss today, kind of goes in that is more in that vein,
Right.
honestly.
So, part of why I wanted to start off with this record is because, and hip hop fans will understand this, I think, a little bit better after we break it down if they're not familiar with Green Day or familiar with Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Boulevard of Broken Dreams is probably their second or third biggest record, if not the biggest record, right?
It's one. I mean, they have so many, and you're
Yeah.
talking about different eras too. That's like
Yeah.
comparing "Start Me Up" and "Satisfaction" by the Rolling Stones. Like
Got it.
it's two
Got it.
different things.
Yeah. Stones. Got it. So here's what I'll tell you is that for somebody that's a hip hop fan that doesn't listen to punk or alternative or rock music, part of why I wanted to do this pairing is because I want those people to close their eyes and listen to the words. What's Green Day's lead artist name? What's his name again?
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Yep, Billy. I want you to listen to Billy and close your eyes and understand that no, if you close your eyes, Tupac has said these things.
Yep.
That's the beautiful thing about the record. That's why I was like, no, let's start off with them because there's actually a lot of Tupac in the record.
Hmm.
Starting off with parts. I walk a lonely road. The only one that I have ever known. That's Tupac.
Mm.
Like that is like an appropriate motif for what Tupac represented in hip hop culture. People always look at, and part of why I wanted to cover my block, and we'll talk about this. There's Tupac, and then there's Death Row Tupac.
Okay.
But Tupac, before Death Row, was the same guy Billy is on Boulevard of Broken
Okay.
Dreams. Same guy.
Same guy. And they're both Oakland guys too, right? I mean, they're both Oakland, Berkeley, Bay guys. I mean, originally, not originally, but like on
Tupac,
their on their rise.
Tupac claims the Bay more than all the other areas he's been. He was in Texas, New York,
Right.
Baltimore, NoCal, SoCal, but NoCal is what he claims. Oaktown, the Bay. Yay. Yes.
Mhm. So they're both coming from that very particular area, and they're coming with that particular set of influences too, even though they're coming from like very different worlds, right?
Well, you see, that's the thing about it. And you've kind of expressed this to me when we've done other records of artists that are from similar rap. I mean, when we've had rap artists and alternative artists be from similar areas, it's like, no, you can tell they might not be living on the same side of town,
Right.
but you can tell in the same damn town.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they live call Oakland the town,
Right.
town business. So this is like a little town business for everybody up in the A on both sides, the Green Day side and the
Yep.
Tupac side. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, obviously Boulevard of Broken Dreams within itself is a metaphor. Would you want to start by unpacking it? Go ahead. I want to
Yeah.
let you kind of.
So I mean, it's alliteration to start with, the boulevard and broken, but it's the echoing of those sounds. But the idea that, I mean, the actual literal story that is being told in the song is very much like Simon and Garfunkel's The Boxer, which we've covered on a previous episode. It's a guy walking down the street by himself, right? I mean, that's the story, and you're kind of seeing him not narrate out loud, but internally narrate as he's going, right? And he's seeing both. There's two kinds of broken dreams going on here, right? They're his broken dreams, what he wanted for his life, or what he wants from his life, that is not manifesting itself in the real world. But also, he is talking about the stuff that he sees, right? Which are also broken dreams that are like beside him on the road as well.
Correct.
We've talked about this in relation to Green Day before with Welcome to Paradise, which is also narrates. It's not walking down the street, but it's also narrating to the place too. So yeah, I mean that's very very that's the short version anyway.
No. That's a good short version explanation. I like how you brought up Cutie in the Boxer too. That it kind of crossed my mind too. I think Boulevard of Broken Dreams is a superior record, actually.
I don't know that I believe that, but it is. I mean, they're both very good in their own way.
Right.
I think, but the Boxer is much better lyrical record, and the Boulevard of Broken Dreams is a better pop song probably, or a more catchy pop song.
I was actually about to say, I think this is where you've influenced me from doing this show. I'm more into melodies than I ever have been before.
Yeah.
And so when we started off this show, I want people to understand I've been so lyrically intensive like my whole life, and the artists who I tend to gravitate towards, not just in the hip hop sphere, like even with my R&B selections, with my pop and rock selections, tend to be the more lyrical type of writers. But since we've been doing this show, I've truly understood the importance of cadence, melody, hook, on a level I've always understood it, but I've gravitated to it more than I have. And it is because we've done this show, and I have a different level of appreciation now for how much the melody matters in carrying a song.
Yeah. And melodically, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams is one of the best songs, not that's ever been done, but like is a very, very, and it stays obviously in your head. And Billy Joe Armstrong is one of the, he's a very underrated songwriter in that sense, especially coming from the punk world where the focus is not on melody. The focus originally is about ethos. It's about, aggression, really. It's about, and it's about lots of other things too. I don't want to get in here and have all the punks tell me that I'm misrepresenting their ethos. That's not what I'm trying to do. But like punk music, generally speaking, is, three chords, and people who, by their own admission, don't play their instruments great. Like that's not the point of it, right? It's not like funky guitar solos and stuff like that. It's not the point. So he's coming from that world, and that world is not a melodic world at all, really. Traditionally, anyway.
Literally, like literally,
it's not for that.
right?
Yeah.
So, I just And I know that the melody to Boulevard of Broken Dreams
Mhm.
is simple,
Mhm.
but this is the classic case of the simple being complex, a la Tupac.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I never thought about it like that, but yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that's why the pairing works so well. Is it's not no no no. This is the simple done complicated in a manner. Like a lot of people in hip hop circles say that Tupac is not a quote unquote lyricist, which is the dumbest shit ever.
This
So
song right here is the My Block song is some lyrical shit, right? Like that's one of those things that like we'll talk about that more again in a minute, but like this is not the Tupac that I'm familiar with from Keep Your Head Up and Changes and
right,
like this is not. I mean, it's good, it's excellent, but it's not the same thing.
right. No, Tupac has a crazy spit game. That's why it's like anybody thinking differently is wild. But the part that stood out to the song to
Mhm.
me, where it's like where these songs really match up. My shadow's the only one that walks beside me.
Yeah.
My shallow heart's the only things that's beating. That is literally out the book of Tupac. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you close your eyes and have some imagination, it's like no. If Tupac was a pop punk singer, this is the type of record Tupac would make. Andrew,
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
he would make this type of record. The melody would be catchy, but the message would still be there. And it would almost, if you weren't paying attention, you might miss it because the melody is so catchy.
Hmm.
I'll give you an example of that on the Tupac side. On How Do You Want It? Well, the hook goes, How do you want it? How does it feel? Coming up in the fast lane, living in the fast lane. Like the melody is there.
Yeah.
But if you listen to him on the record, he's like, see, Dolores Tucker, you a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help your brother, worse than the others, Bill Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole, you're too old to understand the way the game's told. You know what I'm saying? And you can get so caught up in how do you want it? How does it feel? That you forget it's like, oh no, he's saying something. And Boulevard of Broken Dreams kind of follows that same pattern. And that is something that Tupac is notorious for, pun intended, in hip hop circles.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's fascinating to think the lyric that comes after the one that you just quoted from Boulevard of Broken Dreams is sometimes I wish someone out there will find me. Till then I'll walk alone. Um, one of the things that I connected between these two songs as I was making notes earlier this afternoon was um how they view hope in their lives, like and how hopeful they feel or not hopeful in some cases they feel. Um, and that line, sometimes I wish someone out there will find me. Um, there's that tension, right? Like it's both sort of saying like I don't really think this is going to happen for me. I mean, there's that kind of underlying thing, but there's like still hope that it's going to happen, and you see that. Tupac even says at the end of I think it's the first verse, I ain't giving up on the hood. Like it's so it's after he's narrated this whole long thing about all the bad shit that he's seeing, right? Which is very much what Boulevard of Broken Dreams does too. He is saying like, I haven't given up hope on this. And that's rare on both sides of this coin, like to have gone through the things that these people have gone through, and still to maintain hope. Now, it has to be said really briefly that Boulevard of Broken Dreams is from American Idiot, which is a rock opera. So the narrator in that story is like a character. It's not supposed to be the actual singer of the band, but it's supposed to be a character that's going through all these things. But still, I mean, it's moving, but finding hope in dark places. I mean, it's part of music generally, but these two do it better than most.
I want you to break this line down for me and for the people. Read between the lines.
Right.
What's fucked up and everything's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Break it down.
Between the lines, what's up and everything's all right. Like,
That's always the part about this song that's fascinated me.
yeah, there's that you talk about simple stupid all the time, and it's not stupid lyric, but it's that it doesn't come across. And you've said this already in this episode, like you miss some stuff because they're said so simply, or and then you stop like you've just made me do because I've never actually thought about this closely. So that's why this is all these words are me giving myself time to process it a little bit. But yeah, you realize, oh, there's a whole lot more here than I thought originally, right? I mean, it's the same thing about hope, right? I think like it's the
Right.
idea that you can still be all right, more or less, even when everything around you is messed up.
Well, he's literally, it's almost like, and I was thinking, he's talking like he's on life support or something. Like, because right after he's like, check my vital signs.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, brilliant. It
Hmm.
is. Everything's fucked up. Everything's all right. Check my vital signs.
Yeah.
I'm all over.
That's how you know, right? Because I'm not going to trust how I feel necessarily because I'm all over the place and my world is all over the place. So you got to like put your finger on my wrist to see
Right.
really whether I'm okay or not. Because you can't necessarily trust what I'm saying.
Right. So, how about this? The duality that exists in those two, three lines,
Mm.
it's almost a stanza, right? Not quite a stanza,
Yeah.
but within that stanza of the song, because I think there's another line right after it
Yeah.
before back into the hook. That stanza right there for me, when I went back over it again, encompasses the representation of Tupac in the hip hop sphere because that was Tupac. It was like, no, everything's fucked up. It's like, no, everything's all right. That's that's how you end up with keep your head up and I get around on the same damn album.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the duality, oftentimes from our artists that really separate the good artists from the great artists.
Right.
And so I don't know how people in your side really feel about Billy in Green Day, but he's fucking great about that right there. You feel me?
Yeah. He is an vastly underrated songwriter. I mean, people respect him and they respect the band and people love Green Day, but it's I really think people think of them as not a party band necessarily, but like a fun
Fun.
music. And you actually kind of dig into what he's saying. And I mean, the opening line of this whole fucking album is, "I don't want to be an American idiot in a nation controlled by the media." Like it's a very that's a very punk kind of ethos. We'll come back to this right quick. That verse that you were talking about, read between the lines, what's fucked up and everything's all right. Check my vital signs to know I'm still alive and I walk alone. Right.
Right. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But your greatest artists do it though. Your greatest artists do it. So like they're even in the simple stupid concept, it's like, no, this is some of the brilliance of our greatest artists. Like A Case of You has a lot of that duality to it. It's like, oh yeah, it's like she wants to run him over with the car, but she also like might give him some head if he goes home, if he comes home tonight to her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
there's it's both, right? And the
yeah,
human experience is complicated, right?
it
It's
is.
complicated. So you're being able to capture that in a simple kind of format where, like, I mean, Nas talks about this I've spent a lot of time digging into the Magic series lately. So I've listened to the songs very closely. And he talks regularly about things feeling like magic or being a magic trick. And the things that he pulls off on on those records feel like magic tricks. You're like, how did he, how, and this is another example of that kind of thing, right? Where you don't, it's the melodically and lyrically, it kind of hits you before you know what hit you. And then you have to like go back and break it down a little, which is what we're doing, right? We have to go back and break it down a little bit and see like how the person did the thing that has knocked you out, right?
Yeah. And, and I'm glad that you kind of brought that up. So, and this is something that I've really learned from this show. Most of your lyricists, and it don't matter what genre it is, well, they're geniuses, like inherent geniuses at the written word.
Yeah.
But I would submit to you that the hardest thing in music to do is to take something about life that's complex and complicated, which is our emotions,
Yeah.
and make it simple enough for everybody to understand. If you're bringing up Nas, like he went over a lot of people's heads with a lot of stuff early on. You know what I'm saying? And so his ability to do the stuff that you're talking about now, and it's kind of like, oh, well, how did he do that? Well, he didn't always do it like that. But to me, that's part of what's just made his run so great. What makes Tupac great, what makes Green Day great. It's like, no, these are complicated thoughts and emotions and pieces of life that we're dealing with. I mean, to be honest with you, we could say that, I mean, Boulevard of Broken Dreams could be a mental health record in
It
a lot
is.
of ways.
I think it
Yeah,
is. Yeah. It's
yeah.
it
So
would wake me up when September ends. I mean, that's which is another, yeah, right. Which is another one of their most famous.
speaks to being manic depressive. Yes,
Yeah.
speaks to being depressive, but to be able to explain that manic depressive state in a simple enough form that people feel you and understand you without you having to use big words like manic depressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
hard.
everybody's felt alone before, and everybody's walked the line between feeling hopeless and feeling hopeful, and wanting to have hope and don't not knowing whether they should. I mean, and not just like in living, but like even just like should we keep doing this thing or right? Like there's being able to sustain yourself and not trick yourself exactly, but talk your way through trying to sustain something when you don't know what the final result's going to be.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you would be more obviously aware of this than I. Part of what's so striking about Green Day on this record and on this album is that you can tell that the punk ethos is still there,
Mm-hmm. You
but
can
the
hear
band,
the idiot the first song too. Like,
yeah, like the song, the album, this record, I mean, the entire album as well. It's like, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like, well, our favorite punk rock band from when we were kids grew the fuck up too, but they still know how to rock out.
yeah,
Is that what American Idiot is to
yeah. I
you?
mean, it's
Because
he.
when
Go ahead.
I remember the first time I heard Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and I was like, those are motherfuckers that made Dookie. It's like, wow, we're all old now. We've grown
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
you know. So I feel like American Idiot is like Green Day being like, well, we're still punk, ethos wise,
yeah,
but we're grown ass men now with grown ass problems.
yeah.
Like we're not writing songs necessarily about masturbation anymore.
They were really good at that too. No, it's and the kid, like the I guess you call it the narrator of American Idiot, the one of the album,
Mhm.
is kind of a young kid too, who is Green Day's career captures all of those things because teenage kids are both feeling alone all the time and hopeful and hopeless and concerned with masturbation. Like they're concerned with all of those things. Those are the genius of American Idiot, the record, where Boulevard of Broken Dreams comes from. And they made a Broadway show about this. They're doing it on Broadway too. So like it's a big thing. But is that it's musically softer, musically more melodic, but it's still hard, right? Like it's still intense. It's still got that um forward momentum for it, but it doesn't
Yeah,
have it's just not three or four chords.
right. They're not. I mean, not to be funny, they're not rocking out with their cocks out anymore. It's like they're kind of rocking, kind of cocking,
Yeah.
but not.
That's the same thing we were saying earlier. It's one of the hardest things to do in music is to take something that has been people have gone over and over and over and over and over for 50, 60, 70 years and make something new out of the same thing,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
It's like rapping over the boom boom clap, right? I mean, it's the same,
Same boom boom clap.
right? It's the same beat the back in the back anyway. I mean, obviously the stuff you do around it's different, but it's but that's kind of like the foundation or a foundation, and there are still people doing interesting and innovative things with just that, right?
Yes. Well, it lets you know that music truly is about how you do it, not necessarily what you're doing all the time. It's like once you have a sound fundamental structure down musically or lyrically, it's like no, well you're halfway there, and the other half is delivery.
Yeah,
On the flip side of Green Day,
yeah. Can I suggest a place to start here?
yeah,
All right, you said what you said. Okay, so let me take one step back. Um, one of the first notes I wrote about this is that this song, "My Block" by Tupac, doesn't really catch my attention in the way I expect Tupac songs to. Um, and you said a thing earlier that there's a difference between Death Row Tupac and non-Death Row Tupac. So I think I understand what you mean by that. I mean, I know literally what you mean by that when he joins Death Row and does it, but like stylistically, what does that mean? Because maybe some people listening to the show don't know the difference, and I definitely had not heard that before. So, help me out and teach me a little bit.
Tupac before Death Row is more the anger and the passion
Hmm.
is more activist driven
Okay.
than it is gangster driven.
All right.
And somewhere when he signs with Death Row, it gets really gangster. And here's the thing about it, it's more the image and some of the things that he's saying on record
Hmm.
because of the things that had happened to him. So it's not Death Row's fault,
Yeah.
it's the timing of it.
Okay. There are more than one thing that happened at once that kind of pushed him in that musical direction.
The rape trial, that the sexual assault trial, and then the shooting that happened during the trial. Like people forget that he was on trial when he got shot at Quad Studio.
Wow.
Right. So those two things happening, and that's also how the West Coast love really happened. Tupac was actually in New York a whole lot. Everybody in New York knew Tupac.
Right.
So, and on this record on my block, if you listen to the end of the song, he is literally shouting out blocks in New York,
Wow.
Baltimore, and Oakland. And that's why I say pre Death Row Tupac. Death Row Tupac is West Side Till I Die.
Okay.
But that's because he got accused of rape. Where? In New York. Got shot. Where? New York.
Mm.
Seeing
That
how
makes
this
sense.
comes. Right. So when people are like, oh, Death Row, it's like, yeah, he wasn't about to sign the Def Jam or no East Coast Wu Tang or Puff. No. He just went through a rape trial and got shot up there while he was living up there.
Right.
Spent a lot of time up there. Like Pac used to come from the West Coast and come east and like would literally like pull up in Brooklyn and go shoot dice with motherfuckers.
Okay.
Like there are stories about this. So like his street legend is real. It's like, no, he would pull up like movie star, rap star Tupac would pull up in the hood in New York and shoot dice with motherfuckers.
Mm.
You know? That's the Tupac that I grew up on.
Okay. And that's this
So
here on the My Block song.
yes, this is
Okay.
Tupac before all of this happens.
All right.
This is the Tupac that will pull up on your block and shoot dice with you.
I got you.
And there was something that was in his superstar persona, you know, speaks for itself. But there was something touching and endearing
Yeah.
about that got lost when the trial happened and he got shot.
What the way you're saying this, the word I was going to use was innocence. Like there's a
Like
it's not naive at all because he's talking about some heavy shit, but like it's it's not. I don't want to be on camera looking like this and saying angry black man, but like he didn't. These songs don't feel. This song doesn't feel angry. Like he's not. It doesn't have
not,
that undercurrent in it.
vitriol's not there yet.
Yeah.
The things that he's passionate about around these times,
Mm-hmm.
and when he gets that vitriol in him, it's about injustices being done to the black community.
Right.
It's
And
not
the
about
song itself is softer too. Like his actual physical. Forget the content for a second, but like his actual physical voice is softer too. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just the way it was recorded on here.
is poignancy a word? Is
Yeah.
it with okay? So I'm just
Poignant.
making sure
Yeah.
poignant.
Yeah.
So you would still use poignant in this connotation of the usage of the word. You're the English teacher, not me. So he is still the most poignant rap artist that we've ever seen
Mm-hmm.
on death row. But the poignant takes are mixed with a man who's been shot,
Right.
a man who's been called by politicians the reason that gangster rap and parental advisory stickers need to exist. Like I realized how big.
This is why he's going on Dolores Tucker. Yeah.
Right. I realized how big Tupac was. Another one of my favorite artists, Scarface, talked about him on a song with Ice Cube, talking about. I think he said Spice One and Tupac never gave a gun to me. You know what I'm saying? And like, don't blame Pac for what's wrong with the gun control problems in this nation. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's when I realized it's like, oh no, he's really out here touching people. And so that guy was more of a leader and an activist.
Okay.
The guy that comes out of prison has been sitting in prison, wrongfully so, in my opinion, and by a lot of other people's estimation. Ghostface has a line on Verbal Intercourse on the Purple Tape where he says, I'm not trying to see Tupac. Like, I'm not trying to have no chick get me caught up on something I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not still next to Tupac up in Clinton. Yeah. So this is 94, 95. The show comes out around this time. So, but this is the track made before or around the time all of this started happening. And this is what I mean about how it's poignant, but it's not gangster. Let's go to one of my favorite songs he ever made, which is Ambitions as a Rider.
Okay.
That song is gangster and poignant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So many battlefield scars while driven in plush cars. It's like as a rap star is nothing without war. Was born rough and rugged, addressing the mad public. My attitude is fuck it because motherfuckers love it. Okay, the old Tupac wouldn't say something like that. He wouldn't
Right.
say my attitude is fuck it because motherfuckers love it. You feel me?
But in that song, he's explaining why he's or one like.
Ambitions.
I don't want to say I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but like that's to me what I hear in that line is he's doing it for show, not like bad for show, but like it's part of the stage persona, I guess is what I would say.
He's an actor and a pretty good one. So yes, you're not wrong for saying that. How about this? He's putting on, but he's also living what he's putting on.
Right. Right. I don't want to be on here saying that he's like making this up. He's not, but like but yeah, yeah. But when you're saying like because people like it, like it's not just for himself that he's doing it.
Right. So listen to how poignant this is, how my block starts off. This is the guy that I fell in love with, and I think everybody fell in love with. Like there was a buy-in before Death Row Tupac. Tupac was already a multi-platinum artist before Death Row. Okay. Tupac was already a movie star before Death Row. There's a whole he died at 25. He had a whole life even before that last year and a half or two at Death Row. Right. A whole life. Okay? Listen to how this starts. They got a nigga shedding tears, reminiscing on my past fears, because shit was hectic for me last year. It appears that I've been marked for death, my heartless breast, the underlying cause of my arrest. My life is stressed and no rest, forever weary. My eyes stay teary for all the brothers that we buried in the cemetery. Shit's scary, our black on black crime legendary, but at times unnecessary. I'm getting worried. That's the guy we all love. That's why I want to talk about this song. Because if you want to remember Tupac, this is how you're supposed to remember him.
Okay.
You're not supposed to remember some guy with tattoos and bandanas and a death row chain. That's the show part of it that you're talking about, Andrew. This is the man. And too much has happened where we have forgotten about the man that he was. The man that he was started off songs saying shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And that's one of the many reasons this show and this particular episode of the show is important to do, because I do want to this is not the Tupac. I mean, I like I know about him, right? Pre-Death Row know about him, but also like how that manifested in his music. And I think it's important to talk about the kind of person that he was too, like as a real human being. I think it's important to talk about all these people as who they are as real human beings.
He had an inherent love for the black community because of the Black Panther stewardship that he was raised under, that you just do not find in black men, quite frankly. He loved us.
Yeah.
We felt love, you know? And part of why I love this too is that I can remember being on West Boulevard when it came out. And I'm like, man, it sounds like West Boulevard though. Like when he says, and who cares if we survive? The only time they notice a nigga is when he's clutching on a 4-5.
Mm-hmm.
My neighborhood ain't the same because all the little babies going crazy are they suffering in the game. And I swear it's like a trap. But listen to what he says. But I ain't giving up on the hood. It's all good when I go back. Oh, love. Niggas give me props. Forever hot because it don't stop on my block.
Yeah, that's the guy that's shooting dice, right? Right, the one that you just like those last couple lines.
Right. This is him. This is the guy that will literally pull up into your neighborhood and shoot dice with you because he loves his neighborhood and his community so much, and he was never above anything. We have a lot of black leaders that when they ascend to a certain place in our eyes, they act like they are above the fray. He was never above the fray. That's the guy. And that's why it's important for me to talk about this record because no, this is the guy that everybody loved. He just got hit the Tupac when he got with Death Row. You're late. You missed everything that mattered. You missed most of the important socially conscious records.
Okay.
You get what I'm what the change is that well, he was a better rapper by the time he got to Death Row.
Okay.
He's a better MC.
The poetry in this song is really good though. Like the way he's putting the bars together.
Yes.
But it's
yes.
I don't want again, I don't want to slight him, but like this is like as a song, like as a single, as a pop song or whatever, it's not as compelling. Like it's not that. It's not Keep Your Head Up. It's not Dear Mama. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the hook to it, right? It doesn't have the same thing. And I don't want you people to hear me say it's not a good song. It's a great song, but it's not. It's one that it's one that you have one, or at least for me myself, I had to sit with for a little bit instead of catches me as soon as I heard it.
Right. How about this? Pac is such a poet early on that what happened on All Eyes on Me was that the poetry and the song making ability finally came to the level of the poetry.
Yeah.
That's why people gravitate towards it. It's like, no, those songs on All Eyes on Me, and even Me Against the World to a degree, not even Me Against the World, the songs on All Eyes on Me are just more fuller and complete than anything he's ever done before. He's a better artist, and this is what I'm trying to say. Well, he's only like 24 when All Eyes on Me is coming out. He's still young, Andrew.
Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody in the comments of the YouTube thing because I'd gone back and like reposted some of our stuff from like previous, and one of them was on a Tupac episode, and we're reminiscing like about like what we lost when he died so early. Like there's so much. It's like Kurt Cobain or like Biggie. I mean, all of them. There's a ton that we lost by him losing him in the mid-20s.
No disrespect to Kurt Cobain, to Biggie, or to even Jimi Hendrix. Losing Tupac is more comparable to losing John Lennon.
Yeah. And John Lennon was 40, right? He was older. I mean, he's not old.
He had a career.
Yeah, he had two, in fact. Yeah.
2 careers. Tupac was in the midst of his prime when he was murdered.
Yeah.
He was literally just starting to peak. How about this? He was just starting to peak as the musical artist in terms of his ability, how to use his voice, the full encompassing hook writing, the melody. Like, it's Casey and JoJo singing How Do You Want It? But Tupac originally sung that hook. Suge made him go get Casey and JoJo. The song was just him. He was that guy who would walk alone.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Right.
No, losing for those of you who are of my persuasion who are coming to this from like the rock and roll world, this would be Pac dying when he did would be like John Lennon being shot like after Hard Day's Night and not ever getting Rubber Soul and Revolver and Sgt. Pepper and White Album, not ever getting any of that.
Yes.
Like, because the stuff that comes before that it's extraordinary. It's some of the best pop rock songs that have ever been written. But you're losing so much.
You're losing so much on the level if these guys.
And you're losing Imagine, and you're losing all the stuff he did by himself too. Like it's absurd.
Yeah. So
and Pac was that kind of spirit, like a John Lennon kind of spirit.
So I think what John Lennon did a good job of was encompassing the white and British American male. Yeah. Quite frankly, Tupac does the same thing for black men. I forget which verse this is. He's like, fear in jail, but crack sales got me living well. In a sense, I'm suicidal with this thug's life. Staying strapped, forever trapped in this drug life. God help me because I'm starving, can't get a job. So I resort to violent robbings. My life is hard. Can't sleep because all the dirt make my heart hurt.
Mm. Yeah.
I put in work and shed tears for my... You know, to this day, hold on. Yeah, he said, till this day, I still pray for a better way. Can't help but feel hopeless and heartbroken. From the start, I felt the racism because I'm dark. You can't recreate somebody that's talking this way, Andrew. This is why I want people to go through my block. No, ain't no rapper ever talk like this consistently other than Tupac, Andrew. Like, that's Nas, Scarface, Ice Cube. Love
Scarface
their
was the one that I heard in here more. Like
yeah.
that was that
Love
kind of
love Face. Like I personally love Scarface more than I love a Jay Z and an Ice Cube. But Face ain't pop.
yeah. Like this song, this is one of those songs that you could lose the beat entirely. He could just be him talking,
Correct.
and it would be
Correct.
like in the chest, right?
Correct.
Pulling a connection here. Like this person, the person, wait, I assume it's Tupac. I mean, I know he's the one saying it, but like the narrator of the song is like from his own perspective. Um, Feels alone because there's people all around him. Whereas in the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, he's like literally alone walking down the street. This person, the way Pac's narrating a song where there are people all around him, but nobody has his back, right? Like it's that kind of alone, not like literally alone, but like the people all around him are either openly out to get him or they're ignoring him and they're out for only themselves, right? And this is one of those tends to be one of those things.
He's like a one man band that everybody knows, but he's still isolated even in a room full of people that he knows. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember the part of this record that always struck to me as a young man who was aspiring to be a rapper
Mm-hmm.
was when he said, "Can't explain just what attracts me to this dirty game. Gold chains, some extra change in the street thing." He was honest.
Mm-hmm.
Other rappers didn't talk like that. "Can't explain what attracts me to this dirty game. Gold chains, some extra change in the street thing." It's like, oh, is that what, like, this is like 13, 14 minutes. Like, oh, is that what rap is like? You know, because this is Tupac. I mean, he's major by now.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the game being dirty, extra change, just a few gold chains. I'm thinking like, you know, you would think like Pac was worth $30, $40 million for how many records he had sold, how many movies he had already been in. Like
Right.
as a young man, you know, inner city blues, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the part that I love because this is how he ends the song. "And what's strange, everybody knows my name, swear they all know me, and lots of cash make a nigga change. I hit the green just to maintain, feeling pain for all the homies that I lost to the game." Like he was even prophesizing his own, you know.
Yeah. The people
So
after me. Yeah.
he's special, something different, and this to me is one of his more special records because it's the type of record, quite frankly, that other rappers just can't fucking make. No matter how hard they try.
I see what, yeah, the specialness of it. That's one of the things I was going to ask you.
You can't. How about this? You can't teach a motherfucker to care, Andrew. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Pac's care and love for us, it's all over this record.
Yeah.
It's all over.
The connection that I had this conversation with in the teaching world. I'm an English teacher. Those of you watching this probably know this, but because you have to look at new teachers all the time and look at new people who are like coming in and new hires and whatever, and content knowledge and classroom management and all of those things are things you can teach, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
But I enjoy being in the room with y'all and I care about you. You can't fucking fake that. And people, and they know that. And the people in the room know, everybody knows that.
How about this?
So that's the thing that I look for. You have to have that part because the other shit you can learn.
How about this? Let's go to some teachers that we had together that we shared. It's like, I didn't always agree with Cutner, but I knew he gave a shit about me.
Yeah, he did. He gave a shit about all of us. Yeah.
Gave a shit about all of us. Cindy Soder O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know she cared about me. I know she cared about you. We had other teachers that we know didn't give a damn about us. They were fundamentally sound teachers, Andrew, but we knew they didn't give no fuck.
Yeah.
And Brathwaite cared about me.
Yeah. And me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you. Like that's what I'm saying. We know, just like the kids in your classroom know, that's where Pac is different from everybody else in rap. He succinctly cares more, and it shows.
And people believe him too. Like, I mean, you obviously believe him because he's sincere, but like, there are plenty of people in all artistic realms, really, who are putting on, right? They're acting in some way, and it doesn't ring true the same way.
You can't feel them.
Yeah.
Like, like how about this? Jay-Z just did this interview with Gayle King where he talked about
I
um
didn't watch the whole thing. I watched some of it. I talked about it in the video that I just made.
he has some brilliant stuff in there. He always does. He's one of our best interviewers. If not post
He's
Tupac,
fascinating to listen to. Yeah.
post Tupac, he might be our best interviewer because
Yeah.
he's charismatic in like Pac, just in a different way. Um, but you would never catch Tupac saying something like, "Well, I don't want to really make music unless it's something important." No, no, no. All of Tupac's messages are important. It was part of who he was. You feel me? It's like you would never catch him having to say something like that because he was making records like this from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the difference between him and these other guys. Like all of them, not just Jay. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him different from Big too. Like I love Big. Big didn't care about this community the way Pac did, and nobody better not ever try to make it seem like that was the fucking case. Big wanted to get money and get ghosts,
Okay.
and he said, you know what I'm saying, unabashedly. And so let's go to the end of this record because this is the important part of the record that I remember now that I'm older because of all the East Coast, West Coast stuff. At the end, he literally says, "Rest in peace to all the motherfuckers who passed away from all the blocks that I'm from." Listen to what he lets out: 112th Street, 7th Avenue, New York, Uptown, 183rd and Walt, my block. 122nd and Morningside, my block. That's right. Decatur Avenue, Baltimore, my block. That's right. In the jungle of Marin City, that's my block. Los Angeles, Oakland, can't forget Oaktown, that's my sure. And all the other blocks around this motherfucker: Houston, Florida, St. Louis, Tennessee, Miami, Chicago. All y'all niggas stay kicking up dust.
Yeah.
What else gonna end a song like that? And this isn't even one of his hits.
No,
This isn't even one of his
this
greatest
is not
hits.
one that I knew before we did this.
I can just give you a Tupac song though. You understand that? That's my whole point. Even with this, it's like, I don't know, I can give you a Tupac song that you probably even haven't heard, and it's better than all these guys' shit because he cares.
Yeah. It hits different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hits different because he cares. It's like the beat's not the best. There's not even a hook to it. He's just better than these guys because he cares more about us. And when you care, it matters more. It stays longer. It resonates longer.
Yeah. The only people I will tell you this too, like um we have conversations in the comments in the YouTube channel all the time about people disagreeing with stuff and asking me why I'm doing what I'm doing or you doing why you're doing or whatever. But the only times, but about Pac is the only time people I've ever seen people be defensive, and they're actually like it. Most
It's
of the
perfect.
conversations, if they disagree, they're disagreeing with what one of us is saying, like you're wrong about the facts or whatever. But with Pac, it's you don't talk about him like that. That's the tone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that is the sign of somebody who has like touched somebody's heart. Like
Yeah.
this is like you're talking. I don't want to make this quite like that, but like it's like you're talking about my mama. Like don't do that. Right?
No, it's like,
That's my family. Don't.
oh, talking about pockets damn near like talking like a family member in the black community. We're gonna have some problems.
Yeah.
You need to watch it. Like that's why it's like when the media depicted what they did, it was like, oh no, that's part of why everybody in the black community got so behind him too, because we saw how he's treated by the media, and it's like that's our fucking hero. Fuck you.
Hmm.
Yeah. This was a guy that literally was not scared to like spit on and shoot at police about his rights. They do not make black men like that. He
Yeah.
was unafraid. He was unabashed. He was unapologetic. He was very problematic.
Yeah.
But he was ours. He loved us. Hadn't been the same since he's been gone. It hasn't.
So this is the reason why we do this show. This is
Yeah.
exactly it. Because I told you when we first started the Tupac thing, or started this portion of the show, that this I don't want to say I didn't get it, but like I I'd listened to the song. I'd never heard it before, but like over the past we suggested this pairing, what, 2 months ago or something like that. It's been a while. Um, and we've been trying to get in a place where we can actually sit down and do it. But it's I hadn't heard the song before that. Now I've sat down and listened to it, a dozen or more times between over the last couple months, and up until we had this conversation, I didn't get it. Like, I mean, like I appreciate the poetry. The poetry's fine, like it or excellent, really. I mean, it's not just, but it doesn't. It did not hit me the same way as some of his other more famous songs, and
Mhm.
now I'm going to have to go back and listen to it again after having the conversation because now I can like see it through your eyes a little bit. Like I can see, and obviously, there's a difference between like I can see a song or I can see a piece of art through somebody else's eyes and appreciate it and having it affect me the same way it affects you. And this conversation and these types of conversations like pull that space closer, right? Where I can start, and I think where people, not just me, but people who or people who care enough to fucking listen, can start seeing things through other people's eyes, and I think that's really, really, really important.
It is. You're right. This is why we do it, to see it through each other's eyes. We've had so many moments in the almost 2 years we've been doing this show where either I've said to you or you said to me, it's like I've heard this song before, but now listening to it makes me look at it totally differently based on what you shared with me or what I've shared with you. And that was our whole mission statement at the beginning, is to kind of bring the worlds together and develop a greater understanding from the other side. And, I think we've done a good job of doing that, quite frankly, not to toot our own horns too much, but I think that conversations and dialogues like this, where I can share my passion for Tupac with you, and you can really fully come to understand where I'm coming from with it, is part of why we did this, because you and I talked about, well, specifically with America, that's what the fuck is wrong.
Yep, 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 exactly.
Exactly. So I know you got to go and I got to go.
All right.
It was good. We haven't lost our rhythm.
No, I was not worried about it, but like I was like I was going to see how long it took to kind of get back on the whatever. But
No,
no, it's good. It's there.
crossed my mind too. Yeah. Well, we're back on. You and me are going to talk. We're gonna figure some things out now that we're hitting this next phase. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's very good. I'll see y'all. Take care, man.
You too, bro.